So what do Edward Cullen and Batman have in common? They're both dark, brooding, and rich orphans, played by Robert Pattinson. Yeah, now you're starting to get the idea. With his recent casting as the Batman proving to be rather controversial, we're here to tell you why he's actually the Dark Knight we deserve and the one we need right now. Welcome to the Daily Gram. I'm Adrian, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons Robert Pattinson deserves to be Batman. Let's get started.
I'm vengeance.
Oh my god! Wow!
For this list, we'll take a look at some of Robert Pattinson's most memorable roles outside the Twilight Saga. He's at his best when he's playing charming yet troubled characters. The kind of characters that showcase his versatility to let you know that he's more than just a pretty face. Number 10. Ephraim Winslow, The Lighthouse.
How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
Who would have thought that a story about two men trapped in a lighthouse would be this intriguing? Under the hands of a lesser talent, this might not have worked. But with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, this movie is elevated to greater heights. Pattinson plays Ephraim Winslow, a grumpy man of few words who sometimes gets erotic visions of sexy mermaids and creatures from the deep. His underlying aggression towards the older, more manic Thomas Wake, played by Willem Dafoe, revealed itself in the form of a brutal scene involving a seagull. You know, that scene. His performance as Winslow has earned a lot of praise from fans and critics alike, mostly because of how he manages the line between crazy and mysterious.
No! I want a steak! I want a goddamn steak!
Number 9. Cedric Diggory, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, as well as Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. We all love Robert Pattinson as Cedric Diggory. He was one of the most liked characters in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Popular among his peers and overall a pretty nice guy, his good looks combined with his heroic attitude won the hearts of many teen girls at the time. Robert Pattinson was great in his first blockbuster role and gave the character this easygoing charm that made him extremely likable. His performance was more than good enough to gain our affection, and we were all devastated to see him die by the end of the movie. Oops, spoiler alert.
My boy! My boy!
What he did with the little screen time he had that compelled us to this character is no small feat, mind you. Number 8. Ray, the Rover.
What you doing with this car? It's my brother's car.
Where's your brother?
Where is he?
This was the movie that truly saw what Robert Pattinson was capable of, as it sheds his image of nothing but a bland pretty boy. Set in the desolate outbacks of Australia, Pattinson plays Ray, a simple-minded outlaw whose brother stole the most prized possession of the protagonist Eric, played by Guy Pearce. Eric then forces Ray to accompany him to his brother's whereabouts, as payback. Robert Pattinson's dedication to his role is in full display by adopting an accent and developing mannerisms that make him a truly believable character. It just goes to show the kind of lengths that he will go through to be fully immersed in his roles.
I believe in God, and I know Henry believes in God, and there's no harm Henry wants to see me come to.
Number 7. Prescott or Charles Marker, the childhood of a leader.
It's only a little boy. He didn't actually hurt anyone, did he?
Have you ever looked at Robert Pattinson and thought he would look good in a period piece? Well, you're in luck. Set in Europe during World War I, this coming-of-age historical drama is about the formative years of a future fascist leader. His chiseled good looks make him a perfect blend to the movie's high society backdrop. Needless to say, his dual performance is breathtaking and shows his dramatic flair as an actor. It takes a particularly skilled actor to command your attention and be the highlight of a film despite their limited screen time. This is starting to seem like a running theme within the works of Robert Pattinson. Number 6. Samuel Alabaster, Damsel.
My name is Samuel Alabaster. Do you know who I am?
We've all been in love before, but how far will you go for the person you love? Robert Pattinson plays Samuel Alabaster as he attempts to conquer the Wild West in the pursuit of his one true love, Penelope, played by Mia Wasikowska. This oddball western subverts its macho genre tropes by having Samuel be an aloof, self-important, and ultimately good-natured leading man. While Pattinson is mostly known for playing edgy characters, this is a rare movie that sees him in a comedic role.
Regular horses don't have names, they're just, regular.
He portrays Samuel with a restrained quirkiness with just enough seriousness to keep audiences on their toes. Talk about versatility, right? Number 5. Dennis Stock, Life. This biopic shows the life of James Dean through the lens of photographer Dennis Stock. This movie is an accurate representation of youth culture in the 1950s. In the film, Pattinson's Dennis Stock is a great counterpart to Dane DeHaan's James Dean. While together, the two develop an unlikely friendship that is strangely complicated. Pattinson is the dramatic anchor of the film, delivering a grounded and sophisticated performance.
Photography, it's a good way of saying I've been here and you've been here. We live in hope.
Number 4. Henry Costin, The Lost City of Z. Picture this: Robert Pattinson in a thought-provoking and thrilling exotic adventure. The Lost City of Z tells the tale of real-life explorers looking for an ancient civilization in the Amazon. As Colonel Henry Costin, Robert Pattinson displays an incredibly committed performance, as his character both physically and mentally endures the challenges of exploring in the jungle. He fully immersed himself in the role, even losing 35 pounds to accurately portray a starving explorer. He even captures the personality and subtle behavioral tics of a military official during that time. His fearless commitment to his roles should make you feel confident for his turn as the Dark Knight. Number 3. Eric Packer, Cosmopolis.
Special reason we're in the car instead of the office? What makes you think we're in the car instead of the office?
Imagine if Bruce Wayne never became Batman and instead turned into a sociopathic billionaire with no remorse, and you get Eric Packer. In a critical turning point of his career, Robert Pattinson turns in a performance that would establish himself as an actor more than capable with serious and dramatic roles. Eric Packer is a cold and steely businessman who is obsessed with numbers, but crumbles when faced with the unpredictability of life. This causes him to spiral into doing degenerate acts as he struggles to hold on to his sanity. While the movie divided audiences, everyone agreed that Robert Pattinson's performance was one for the books. Number 2. Monte, High Life. Robert Pattinson stars in another groundbreaking role as ex-convict Monte in High Life. He plays a man who is part of a science experiment that sends death row inmates to a black hole. This existential sci-fi drama is sharp in all the right places, but what brings it all together is Robert Pattinson's tight performance. His depiction of Monte is both vulnerable and intensely human. The cinematography superbly highlights him looking after his infant daughter while his facial expressions reflect the vast emptiness of the universe. This Claire Denis film is a great example that shows Pattinson's capability to play characters with weighted morals and tender sympathy, two qualities that prepare him for his take on Bruce Wayne. Before we reveal the top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Jerome Fontana, Maps to the Stars.
I'm Agatha Weiss. I asked for a limousine. A stretch?
Yeah, there weren't any available.
Louis the Dauphin, The King.
You save your own men. You came here. To me! Surrender to me!
Jacob Jankowski, Water for Elephants.
Marlene, there's a better kind of life that's meant for you. Whether that life is with me or not. Whether you love me or not. It doesn't matter. But it's gotta be now.
Number 1. Connie Nikas, Good Time. Ironically, the story of this movie is anything but a good time. This tense, high-octane, thrilling ride is a great vehicle for Robert Pattinson's Connie Nikas. After a bank robbery gone wrong, Connie's disabled brother Nick was captured by the police and sent to prison. Now he has to do everything he can to bail out his brother before being captured by the police himself.
You get another 10 grand, your brother will get out.
The way he sweet-talks and hustles his way while navigating through the seedy underworld inhabited by the other lowlifes of society is a masterpiece in acting. His cold desperation to get his brother out while endangering the lives of others is a must-see. By the end, you'll be gasping for air because of the film's intensity and Robert Pattinson's performance. It's like watching one long panic attack. That concludes our top 10 Robert Pattinson roles that you need to see before Batman. Did we miss anything? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to Daily Gram for more awesome videos like this.